What's up, YouTube? Knight's Edge here, doing another quick little overview of the CJRB Pyrite. Um, Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate everybody that's subscribed to the channel. It means a lot to me. And like the video and subscribe if you like the content. This is a pretty good little budget knife. A lot of other reviewers have covered it. Most other reviewers, as a matter of fact, have covered it. Came out last year. Kind of took like the knife world by storm. Um, it's what a lot of people, Metal Complex included, I think he coined the phrase evergreen knife. So this is a knife that is, essentially good to go for a lot of people, and it's good to go as far as that, and also that the versions of this thing are never ending. Like they've got a Warncliffe version of it. I'm pretty sure they're going to come out with other versions of it. The alternate slash I think they're calling it the Pyrite Alt Warncliffe version of it. That version and this version, which is the drop point, come in right at around $49.95 base. But this is the one with the stainless steel handles. This is one of the original CJRB Pyrites that came out. The other versions, I mean, I think they've got a version with S90V steel. They've got versions with other steels also, I believe, now too. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know there's one with the S90V. It comes out in G10 handles. They've got them in other different handles and colors and coated, non-coated. They've got a mini Pyrite now. I think they might even have an XL Pyrite. I'm not sure 100% on that, but this is the regular first Pyrite that came out with the stainless steel scales and the drop point. So go ahead and get a close-up look at it. Nice contouring on the scales. For a $50 knife, the fit and finish on it's pretty good in my opinion. RPM 9 on the blade steel. Good deep carry clip, and it's a button lock actuated knife. So go ahead and do size comparisons. This is Spyderco Paramilitary 2 up against, and this is the Spyderco Para 3. So it's more along the lines of the size of the Para 3. Kind of what I would call a smaller everyday carry knife. Not small, not compact, but just in my opinion, everybody's different from what they like to carry. Also depending on what you're doing, what you're going to, if you're going to a dinner, if you're working out in the yard, if you're at the office, whatever stuff differentiates based on what you're carrying. But this is to me this is a full-size knife. Something around 3.5 inches of blade, right around 7 3/4 8 inches overall. But for this channel's purpose, for my definition of it, so I don't have to keep saying it in every video, but this would be considered like almost a smaller full size, I guess, yeah, medium size everyday carry knife, not a regular size. But now that rambling's out the way, go ahead and do some more size comparisons. I got the cold steel 8010, which I would consider like an XL size knife, not just because of the blade length, but this thing's bulky and a lot larger than the Pyrite, obviously, in length too. And let's see what else. We got something. This is Doug Ritter RSK MK1 Hogue. That I would also consider full-size knife. This is the Hogue Deca, right around the same size as the Pyrite. Good size for everyday carry. Sharpened blade length's different. I mean, cutting edge, not sharpened blade length. Well, yeah, I guess that's the same thing, isn't it? Overall, blade length is about the same, but that pyrite has that choil there, that finger choil that cuts down on your cutting edge, but also helps with the grip and ergonomics of it. And do one more that's fairly similar, I think, that I've reviewed before. This is the QSB Penguin. Penguin actually is a little bit shorter than this one overall. Handle lengths are almost identical, but the blade length is a little bit shorter on the QSB Penguin there. Alright, so go ahead and do measurements on it. Overall measurement, CJRB Pyrite, regular drop point version. It might differentiate for the Wharncliffe, but regular drop point version, you're looking at right around 7 3/8, a little over 7 1/4, right around 7 3/8 overall length. Blade length 3 1/4. Cutting edge is sitting right at about 2 7/8. This is the cutting edge, just under 3 inches. The calipers here. Oh, make sure I'll turn them off and on again, make sure they're zeroed out. So 107 thousandths at the spine, right at 107 thousandths at the spine. But it's got a good little hollow grind on it, almost a full flat grind. Tapers down right around the cutting edge. Got 26 thousandths, 25 thousandths there. 26 thousandths there. 24 thousandths, 24.5 thousandths there. So not the sliciest, not the thinnest at the edge, but also not by any means like an overbuilt huge edge on it. Let's see if I can find some paper here. A piece of phone book paper. So it cuts phone book paper pretty well. Yeah, this one's actually kind of dull right now because I've used it, but you can see if it's cutting phone book paper like that, it'll cut computer paper even better, and it'll cut rope and open boxes and stuff like that even better than that. So I don't think anyone buys a knife just to sit there and cut phone book paper with. But if I stropped it up, it would cut a lot better than that. I haven't put an edge on this yet. I haven't, in my opinion, got it dull enough really to put an edge on it, because when I put an edge on it, I'm going to reprofile it. This is the factory edge, which I don't like. In fact, I mean, for out the box, it's really sharp, good, you know, good to go as far as cutting and everything like that. Just me personally, I like to sharpen knives. I like to kind of skin that edge back. You know, that's probably, I'd say about a 22 or so, maybe more, maybe a little less degree edge than that. But whenever I sharpen them, I like to do kind of like a 17 degree edge, just because I find that's a lot better for everyday, kind of like everyday tasks. Anyway, got the measurements, got the size comparison, so I'll go do a hardware check on it. This is, where's my bit at? Keep it right around here somewhere usually. Here it is. Alright. So I use the Weehigh. A lot of people use that. It's a great little bit holder driver for taking apart knives. It works really well. I think this is the 1/4 inch one. Yeah, 1/4 inch Weehigh. So this is a T8. I'm gonna try just for the heck of it, just to make sure I'm not wrong, a T10. Yeah, it's too big. So pivot on this thing is a T8, and get my T6 out. Show you guys that. T8 on the pivot. Alright, so all the body screws, I believe, this is a T6. All the body screws are T6s, I think. Pocket clip screws, T6. Yeah, T6 on the T6 on the body and the pocket clip screws, which is, that's kind of a negative, I guess, for the knife. T6s are, you can take them in and out. You can take a knife apart with T6s, no problem. You just got to be careful what you're doing, not to strip them out. Another thing that's not good, even though, you know, I mean, it's a T8 on the pivot, which is to be expected for a pivot. Should not be a T6 ever on a pivot, but even with a T8, it's still hard because when you take this thing apart, it doesn't have a captive pivot. So when you take it apart, you put the T8 bit on it. To take it apart, you're going to need another T8 bit for the other side, because when you turn this, this is going to spin also. So downside of not having a captive pivot. Where's the scale at? Go ahead and get a weight on this thing. .7 ounces. Yeah, 3.7 ounces. Pretty good. A little bit over the ounce to inch ratio, but not really bulky by any means, I'd say, or bad at all. You know, I mean, it's just over the ounce and inch ratio. With the G10 scales, of course, and I mean, I think they got them in Ultim too. But with the G10 scales, it's going to be a lot lighter. These are, I kind of wanted the stainless scales on it just because it's heavier and feels a little more substantial. Check that out. Yeah, it's got milling. They've got internal milling on it. That's good. Helps reduce the overall weight of the stainless scales. Go ahead and do the pocket carry profile. The thickness of it, not that thick. I get the calibers back out. I forgot to do that earlier. So for a fairly regular size knife, 39 thousandths, that's, or 390 thousandths, that's not that bad. As far as thickness on it, that's pretty average. It's pretty much average around the board with a lot of things, but the thing that makes it really good is the price on it, and the fact that it's a button lock, which is comes in really handy. You know, they've had a lot of button locks fail. I've done spine wax on it, haven't had an issue out of it, hasn't failed on me. And I've used it enough to dull it up a little bit. Haven't gotten as much use out of it as I would like to put another edge bevel on it though. The action on it is really smooth. I love the action on this thing. As soon as you hit the button, it drops like that, and it's really nice. You can do the middle finger flick with a thumb stud, no problem. Open it up with a thumb stud, no problem. You know, you can push the button, open it like that. That's probably not the best on the where it makes contact with the lot right there. So I would recommend, you know, just regular thumb opening or middle finger flick kind of opening. But the action on it's really good action. It came centered. I'm gonna show you guys there. If I get it to focus. It came centered pretty well. Centered up pretty well. Blade play, no blade play. left down, upright. I'm not getting any blade play out of it. Pretty good. And the stainless handles, in my opinion, make it feel a little heftier, a little more substantial, you know, which I kind of like that feeling, but more so than something that, you know, you're going to forget you got in your pocket. But also, I mean, I could see why somebody would go with like the G10 on it, just to reduce the weight and keep it from, you know, if you're wearing gym shorts or something like that. This is regular pants pocket. So totally deep carry, pocket carry, works perfect like that. I've had no issues with the clip. Clip works pretty good. That's almost angled up too much on the end there, but not quite, not as bad as like a Civivi. So it's not sticking up quite as much as like a Civivi. And Civivis, the issue I've had with Civivis are that little spoonbill end that sticks up like that kind of tends to grab stuff and like snag on stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. AARPM 9, good steel, great steel, but a good budget steel, powder form steel. It's got the benefit of, to my understanding, and what the Knife Center also described it as, is the difference between that and D2 is the corrosive resistance. So kind of got like the cut resistance of a D2, the edge retention of a D2, and with the added benefit of a little extra corrosion resistance. Not like a super steel like a S90V or you know, MagnaCut, Van X, anything like that. But for $50, something with that steel is not bad at all. Good ergonomics. The handles form pretty well, and that forward finger choil is cut out pretty good. Makes choking up on it really easy, and it feels really comfortable like that. Jimping on top also helps for the thumb. Good little acoustics on it. Probably the stainless kind of helps give it that little extra ting sound. But overall, great knife. Comes in a lot of different versions. You can pretty much pick whichever one you want, whichever one suits you better as far as handle material, blade color, blade metal, blade shape, size. Like I said, they also got the mini Pyrite, and I believe they do have the Pyrite XL. I think that's a thing now. So that is the CJRB Pyrite. Good little knife overall. I would recommend it. And thank you guys for watching Knight's Edge. Stay tuned for the next one, and till then, have a good one.